with only 48 hours of preparation, Paul.
No, but it's not too far to go, and that's the key thing.
So it's the UAE that will get us going here.
Straight away they're pressing.
Well, the crowd are loving it. If they can get that to the byline, lacrosse is there. Keeper can't get hold of it, but it's fantastic work from Mishra Jahan, the captain.
Was that really out? Did the full ball cross the line? But it's only Bangladesh, they're showing their intent. Straight from the kickoff, they go and squeeze and press. Nobody wanted to take the kickoff for the UAE. No one wants to give the ball back to the keeper. What's going on?
In fact, even at the kickoff, Paul, you may have noticed there was some confusion of who was going to kick off for UAE. They just seem a little bit unsure of themselves at the moment.
Well, a very, very tetchy start, shall we say, from the UAE. I'm not convinced that full ball crossed the line there.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we do know that they're going to press high, this Bangladesh side. And that means the keeper as well is going to be very, very high up, almost like a sweeper keeper. But there's a lot of flexibility and fluidity about this formation.
No, there is, particularly when you're playing with wing backs, because you can drop them back if you're under pressure and make a 5 and make it difficult to be broken down. But when you've got the ball and you're attacking, they can really bomb on. There you go. That's exactly what you're talking about there, Shazad. Rupner getting an early touch of the ball.
That's a nice player as well, isn't it? Keepers just to get involved early. Here's Monica. Comes across to Shamshuna. Nice little bit of footwork as well from Julie. Pushes that over the top. The keepers decide to stay on the line. And the flag has gone up, but, well, risky.
That was close. That will have been very, very close indeed. Wow. The way that they have started. Aki did ever so well, just to little shimmy and a little dummy there just to beat the opponent before clipping that ball a little bit further forwards. And well, it would have been interesting to see how close that actually was to being offside.
Well, they pushed them fairly high up as well, didn't they? And they put the ball over the top. So playing a bit of a risky game. Here's Nagis to Monica. Shamshuna taking on a couple of players.
We shouldn't forget as well, Shazad, that, you know, I think 10 of this starting 11 has played at the full international level in the SAF Cup. So that's going to give them so much experience, having coming up against the likes of Nepal and against India, you know, two strong sides in this region. So what they'll have gained from that will be so valuable in today's game. And you can see they're comfortable on the ball. Bangladesh don't mind getting it down and pinging it around.
Yes, certainly, you know, it was a baptism of fire playing in the SAF Championships with such a young team and obviously with a vision for the future. Let's overhit that pass back to Aki. Goes down the line. Got to say, they're very comfortable on the ball, Paul.
That's exactly what we just said. It's just a poor pass there from Shuli.
And she's made up for that very quickly. Just comes across. Yeah, it's Monica. She's got space on the left hand. Oh, and you can see exactly what she was trying to do. Set Krishna free there.
But did you see the way she dropped the shoulder to create and win that ball back before playing that? Wasn't a bad idea at all. I like her. Nice little player, Monica.
Well, it's a bright start here from Bangladesh, playing full of confidence at the moment. On the line from the skipper. And now, again, that flag has gone up. And there's margins here.
I just wonder if Fatima wasn't just playing her on side. From our commentary position, you'll be able to see here. Yep, she's just gone a little bit early. But she's got the pace. That's the frustrating thing. So that just all she needs to do is just hold a run and just wait for that ball to be played and play right on the shoulder.
Well, there's been a few offsides already for Bangladesh. UAE, though, have barely gotten the ball so far. Just muscled off it there. Excellent work from Monica. That might be offside again. Flag has gone out. There's no doubt that Krishna was offside. But that's okay at this point, Paul. They're just pushing and they're creating pressure, aren't they?
5 minutes gone. There's been 3 offsides. They've kept the ball extremely well. They're pressing high up the field of play. They're forcing the UAE into mistakes. This is a very, very positive game plan that they've gone on with. Got to sustain it for 90 minutes, though. That's the flip side to everything. Yep, correct decision. It just looked there as though Sidat was being just tugged back slightly. But again, look, Bangladesh want to get on with things quickly and trying to take it quickly, but the referee not letting them. Let the game flow.
I like the urgency shown by Bangladesh at the moment. They just haven't allowed the UAE to settle at all, have they?
And that's good, though. You're the home side. You're hosting the tournament. You want to come out and impress. We know that the fans have got behind them when they've got in behind once or twice already. And they're in again.
Now the flag has stayed down. A chance here. That's a vital, vital tackle that's put in. Had to get that absolutely spot on. Otherwise, it looked like a near certain chance, very good chance there for Shopna. And a great, great challenge in from Fatima.
Brilliant, brilliant challenge this is, because as you can see, she's in behind and she's just about to pull the trigger, but defensively, Fatima got that one absolutely spot on.
Shopna might feel she could have pulled the trigger a little bit earlier. This is good work from Bangladesh at the moment. An important touch there. Aki has gone quite far upfield, using her impressive stature there. Oh, and a very important touch again from Ada Jamal. Otherwise, Bangladesh were through.
Yep. They're looking very, very good at the moment.
Trying to get the cross in here, Shuli.
That's the right decision from the officials there. Working hard for that. Was Sahad.
Rigging that for that throw in, and no surprises, they won it. It's gone out for a goal kick. UAE have really struggled to have any kind of possession in the opposition half. Bangladesh quite happy to build from the back and then quickly launch forward. Always a sign, Paul, when the goalkeeper isn't taking goal kicks.
You put yourself straight under pressure, because you can drop, and that means that Bangladesh can push right on. And unless you've got someone who can kick it 50, 60, 70 yards, you are just inviting pressure.
Yeah. Back to Nargis. Monica. A little bit under pressure here from Sarah. She's on her own though, needs a bit of support. And in the end, Shamsuna gets the better of her.
She just got clipped there as well, and you could see on the sidelines the coach just saying, hey, is that not a foul, not a free kick?
They'll be delighted with this start here, Bangladesh. All that's lacking is a goal. They've had a couple of half chances in the box, haven't really had a shot goal yet, but getting some great positions. Here's Fatima. Keeper rushes off. Rupla. big kick, isn't it? It's a huge kick. And I think that's going to be a weapon there, Paul. We're going to see a lot of that.
Well, we're not seeing Ayawali do it for the UAE, are we? But straight away there, Rupna showing that she's got a little bit of quality about her, just trying to release that ball early and cause a few problems and just get that UAE side turned and facing their own goal as quickly as possible.
Again, putting pressure on Naila, or Najla rather. It's going to be a corner, and they're going to take this short. Back from Monica. She's gone all the way back to a keeper. Rupna. Oh, effortless, really, from Aki. The flag has stayed down this time, and it is an opportunity to get the goal. And they have got the opening goal here. Shopna makes it 1-0 for Bangladesh, to the delight of the crowd. And it has been threatening, hasn't it? They play the percentages, and it's worked out this time for Bangladesh.
Well, we said all you got to do is just stay on side, just bend that run, stay and play on the shoulder. That's exactly what she did this time. And you can see just breaks through. There's no way that Fatima's going to catch her because we know she's got the pace. I'll tell you what, that just gets away from her, but she just stabs it under the keeper. It's a cool, calm finish from Shopna. And we said she knew where the back of the net was. And when the opportunity came, that's exactly what she's done. A deserved lead for Bangladesh.
She has just written her name into the history books, the first ever goal in this competition. The Bangamata Under-19 Women's International Gold Cup 2019. And Sirajahan Shopna has done fantastically well there. But Paul, it's that little ball dicked over, isn't it?
A lovely ball played forward from Aki again, who looks very comfortable on the ball. She tried to play one a little bit earlier and it was given offside that time. It came to fruition.
There's Alamoud. He won the ball back, and excellent challenge from Monica. Shamsunaha. They're very comfortable playing out from the back, not just wanting to boot it forward. And lovely interchange of passes down this right-hand side. Moshmi, the captain, leads a good ball across. Oh, it's a great ball. What's a challenge there? It's going to go out for a goal kick in the air, but a lovely ball. Great passage of play from Bangladesh.
Got to score. I'm sorry, when you get into that position, Krishna did ever so well. Good vision there as well from Shopna.
She looked just a little tentative, Paul, as that ball came towards her.
You've got to go and attack the ball, and she didn't do that, and that just gave Fatima Al-Mazur the opportunity to come and put that challenge in on her, and it just put her off enough.
I think, yeah, we've got to give it credit to Fatima there. I think she probably put her off just a little bit.
You know, you mentioned about the goalkeeper not kicking the ball out. When your defender doesn't kick it out and it only goes 30 yards, 40 yards, again, it just invites pressure onto you. And that's what Bangladesh are doing. They're squeezing high up the field of play. They're making sure that UAE are making the mistakes, and they're working the flanks incredibly well.
Hudia Tahiri has got a lot of work to do here. Her team was struggling, taking the kick this time, Najla. And she really has struggled to get it any distance, and it keeps coming back to the ball.
You might as well play out from the back then. Yeah. But I mean, how can you say that the UAE should be ranked above Bangladesh with the first 15 minutes that we've seen so far?
Yeah, it looks totally the other way around, doesn't it, at the moment? They're playing some very good stuff here, Bangladesh, and she's under pressure here. Aya taking it short. And that's a clever way, but there's no one marking there.
Where's the marking? Salama had to come back and track very quickly the back.
Well, it just occurs to me right now, UAE are not on top of their game at the moment. Just a little bit asleep, a little bit tentative.
But that's where Bangladesh have to make this pressure count. They have to get a second goal, because as it's 1-0, they're always in the game, UAE.
That goes into the side netting. Well, that will be just a little respite from the pressure that they've been facing here, UAE. And I think you mentioned it, go short, right, with the goal kicks. What, play it out from the back?
You've got no choice. They're trying to change.
Now they're changing kickers.
Anywhere near the 6-yard box will do, that's the third occasion. No. At the beginning of the match, no one wanted to take kickoff. After 1 minute, nobody wanted to roll the ball back there. Now nobody wants to go and get the ball and put it in the 6-yard box. This is mentality.
Well, they are losing out on all fronts here at the moment, UAE. And that's a credit to how Bangladesh are playing. Shamsunaha. Krishna, who had a chance earlier to score.
Should have scored.
This is the difference. There's a willingness to play back and then build from there for Bangladesh. And it's just very good to watch at the moment. You can see what Monica was looking to do there. She'll win that ball back easily.
I think it's just the final pass that's letting Bangladesh down, because they, like you say, they're passing it around, they're keeping it, they're looking comfortable, but they just need to execute that final pass at a higher percentage.
Opening up play here, that's the right thing to do. Out from Moshmi. Again, they were just looking to try and release Sopna. She's through now. The keeper has stayed on the line. Sopna can send a second. And what a chance there. That's got to be 2-0. And will they come to regret opportunities like this, Paul?
Caught in two minds, wasn't she? She didn't know whether to put a foot right through the ball or just lift it over the keeper, and in the end did neither.
Well, they come right back at them here, Bangladesh. Shamsunaha. She's got free now on the space on this left-hand side, and it just can't stay in for her. But there are real problems at the back for the UAE. And Chotolle, the Bangladesh coach, I think he's just frustrated because he knows his side should be at least 2 up.
They should be, but like we said, if they don't get that second goal, UAE are always in the game. So they do have to be a little bit more clinical in front of goal.
Change the kicker once again. It's back to Najla. That was a slightly better kick, but it is not getting past this green wall of Bangladesh. And they're inviting pressure. Now they've conceded a free kick, which they've taken very quickly, but a little too quick for the referee's liking.
Well, it's because everybody's just tucking in. And Maria and Monica are absolutely dominating everything in midfield. Just can't get past those two at the moment.
Across to Shamsunaha. There's Morshabi. Shuli will go back.
Watch the way they pass though, Shazad. There's a real purpose with a pass. It's not a soft pass. It's bang, there you go, you deal with it. Bang, the way they're moving the ball is good. And again, that comes from work on the training ground.
That's a delightful ball. Shamsunaha racing through. She's got no support. She's cutting inside. She's going to go for herself. Once again, on this left-hand side, Shamsunaha has had plenty of freedom.
Took the wrong option there, though, didn't she? She got the pace to get in behind, does ever so well. Fatima's not catching her, and look, whoops, there you go, checks back in. 2, 3 green shirts in attendance, not more so than Shopner, who arrived late. If she just rolls it there, it's a simple tap-in.
You could just see what happened there. Fatima, after a lung bursting wrong, I think, then just got trodden on, but she's okay. But they are struggling. There is no doubt about it here, the UAE.
I think her lungs are bursting by the reaction there. She was trying to get more breath into her. So it is, as you mentioned, very warm out there. But it was a lot warmer yesterday, so it's a nice little breeze just around the stadium at the moment.
Once again, Bangladesh regained possession right off the goal kick. Oh, that's hauled up. A free kick to UAE.
The arm was out from Shopner, but it's not a swing of the arm. There's no malice or intent there. If anything, just caught her on the shoulder blade, just across the chest. That's not a foul for me.
I agree with you on that report. Now, these sort of dead ball situations, they have struggled. There is not too much urgency being shown at the moment by UAE. I think they just want to try and slow it down and chill that momentum. Oh, that's a nice throw into a little bit of space here. Shad, ball across. That was the first time I can remember that they'd even got behind that defence. Shuli. Fatima, and stopped in the tracks by Ada Jamal.
Yeah, the ball wasn't wide enough. It was always going to favour the defender, so that was going to make it difficult. Just needed a little bit more quality playing that one forwards.
Jamal clears up towards the lone striker, Sara. Again, Rukna well in control of her box. Here's Nargis. Shamsunaha, who's enjoyed a lot of the ball.
The way they move that, though, again, going back to Rukna and passing it around. Maria, when she's under pressure, comfortable to retain possession before laying it off. It's good play. There you go, you can see breathing even heavier now, Fatima. They have been asked a lot of questions this first, well, how quickly time flies, 23.5 minutes.
Absolutely. Well, the conditions obviously very different from what they might be used to in the UAE. Humidity, I think, is probably the biggest factor, Paul.
Yeah, it's very much a very, very dry heat over in the UAE. Whereas here, you do get that humidity that, I mean, it just saps you. It really does. You want to run and your legs are just like jelly.
That is actually a really nicely placed corner, and why not have a go there from Bolshemi? But great corner from Monica.
Yeah, I've liked her so far in this game. She's done everything simple, but again, it comes down to the execution with either the final pass or the strike that's going goal bound.
Ada has to clear. This is the area that UAE have struggled and Bangladesh have thrived on, and will feel they need to press home that advantage.
Yeah, both wide areas, they've looked good. Just then we obviously initiate the commentator's curse. It was just a little bit of a poor layoff there from Sanjida.
Well, you can see the frustration is palpable there on the UAE bench, because they're penned in. They are struggling to get out of their half.
That was a foul throw. Well done, referee. Very, very well done.
That doesn't get called up enough, Paul.
Shazad, you know me, and I'm sure a lot of people know my commentaries, and it is my pet hate in football because the rules are there for a reason, and there are so many foul throws not given. It's just nice to see the officials actually give one.
That and keepers being overprotected, I think, right?
Oh, yes, you know me too well.
We'll see if that happens in this tournament. But UAE try to get it away. It is back with Bangladesh, and Sarah does well. She's having to come back and do a lot of work, the striker. That's really good from her, but stopped in her tracks by Aki. Didn't see a foul in there. She's just a coming together.
8-8.
Well, Swapna, she might just let that go out for a corner, and she does.
Yeah, I think that was a coming together more than anything. I mean, she did ever so well, to be fair. Sarah just skips past the challenge, tries to get the pace there, but how about that? I tell you, she's been immaculate so far today, Aki. She hasn't put a foot wrong yet. She's won every challenge, she's kept the ball, and that one there, all she's done is just come across, and you can see there's knee to knee. So she may just have twisted her knee. Let's hope that Sarah Al-Balushi is okay, but she looks in a great deal of pain. Dead leg,
yeah,
knee just above the knee.
That's not great. Tomorrow morning it's going to be even worse, isn't it? And well, the camera's focused a lot here on Fatima, and I just wonder whether that's a change they may make, because she seems to be struggling.
It's a breathing, isn't it? It's like I said earlier, you know, there was that little challenge as well where accidentally Shopner just caught her when she went through. And she was just bent over and going, just trying to get some air into the lungs. I've got to batten down the hatches and try and get through to half-time here, though, because the pressure is still coming from Bangladesh.
20 more minutes they've got to last until the break, where the coach, I'm sure, will have plenty of words to say. The 7th corner now for Bangladesh already. They've gone short this time.
That was one off the training ground that almost came to fruition, but well read from Fatima.
We'll go for a slightly longer throw here. Low and flat. Back to Aki. That was the right idea, and that's cut out by Fatima.
I think Nargis just needed to inject a little bit of pace in that. She took her time. By the time she's had a touch, she's had a look, just touch, bang, play. And that's how they'll catch the UAE.
Yeah.
They can't handle the pace. The UAE cannot handle the pace that Bangladesh have at the moment. Go.
Nice ball played right across, and you can see what Sanjita was trying to do with Krishna in a great position.
It was definitely the right thing to do there, and this time, rather than try and go herself, she's trying to whip it in. Good defending in the end. Ida Jamal tucking in from that left back position and having to come all the way across to defend there.
I like that touch as well from Swapna, just to hook it. Now Sanjita. Moshmi. Still kept it in here, Moshmi. It's put out of play by Salama. And I just think, Paul, as time pushes on here, will Bangladesh start to feel, hey, why haven't we got that second yet?
They will do, but they'll still feel comfortable in the fact that they're leading by a goal to nil. Referee not happy with a little bit of come dancing. There's a little bit of pushing and shoving going on in the box.
9 corners now, without not even half an hour on the clock. This is excellent for Bangladesh. Lofted that one across, and it's made its way through. Who's got the goal? The camera's panning on Moshmi, I just wonder whether it had already crossed the line. We might get a better look on the replay. But what we do know is that Bangladesh have made it 2-0. Flicked across the face of the goal, Paul.
Well, I said it was coming, and you said that they had to capitalise, and we said they had to capitalise on all this pressure. It's a wonderful flick. I just wonder if she's offside. Having another look at that there. Must have been looked as though she may have strayed in when that ball was touched. We need to see again. But really good play from Krishna, just to flick that into the far post area. And what do you say? When the ball gets flicked into that area, do not let it go out. Shut that back door, and that's exactly what Mushimi did.
Yes, it has been. Actually, it's been given to Krishna, that goal. Has been given to Krishna. But it did look like it was Mushimi who got the last touch.
No, we'll debate that one at half time.
We'll have another look at that. But we do know Bangladesh are in front. And once again, there's a lot of focus here on Fatima. She is struggling to breathe. And that, if we're noticing that, then I'm sure the UAE bench are as well. But right now, their bigger problems lie with trying to get the ball out of this half. Aki does well. And there's a prime example. Those kind of 50-50s, Bangladesh are winning those balls every time. There we go again.
Committed. Again, you're absolutely spot on. It's a 50-50. How can that get called up against Sanjida, who's just gone in for the challenge? You can't take tackling or challenging away from football. It'll kill the game. It's two players coming together. Yes, she just got caught, but it's not massively. I mean, look, she's going to live. She's going to be fine.
Yeah. She's okay, Ada Jamal. Didn't really seem like too much of a challenge in there. Again, that's the kind of free kick where you're putting yourself in a very, very difficult position. And again, Bangladesh have won it back far too easily. There's the danger woman, Shopla, colliding there with Fatima. Poor Fatima. I think she is done, really, Paul. I think you've got to look at making a change.
I just wonder if she'll get up from this one. She's been involved in literally everything defensively that's had to go on. Is the contact here? That's a penalty. That's an absolute nail-on penalty, by the way. She's gone right across the legs there of Shopna. Didn't get anywhere near the ball. And I tell you, the UAE can feel very, very lucky there that the referee didn't point to the penalty spot.
Yeah, that was clumsy, wasn't it, from Fatima? And she's got away with that one.
See, when you're tired and you're fatigued, exactly, like she has been, then you do make silly mistakes, and that was just sticking a leg out there hoping to get the ball, but she did get caught, and she caught the player.
Mistakes are happily left, right and centre for this side.
I think half-time can't come quickly enough for the UAE. They need to get back in the dressing room, they need to regroup, reset themselves and get ready for the second 45 minutes.
What's telling here, Paul, is that you and I have barely mentioned any UAE player forward of that back four, because none of them have really got the midfield, have been non-existent. Only Sarah has come back a couple times to help in that midfield because she's not getting any service. We've only basically talked about that UAE defence.
That's another foul throw. You're absolutely spot on, though, Shazad. It's only Sarah who's been working the channels and working hard.
Look at that, scooping it over. That is a confidence with which they're playing at the moment. Samsunaha, the flicks and tricks already coming out, and they're winning the balls back.
Got to get rid of those flicks and tricks. Those are what cost you.
Look at the pace being shown there by Krishna. Brilliant from her. She gets past Fatima far too easily. Waiting for support now. And it's rearguard defending at the moment from the UAE, and it's Fatima once again on the ground.
How much of a live wire has Shopner been this first, 35 minutes? And there again, the pace to go in behind. Look at it, bang, there you go. Fatima's got no chance, falls over again. But Shopner, for me here, tries to do the right thing. Just didn't work though.
We're into double figures now for corners. Again, skips past a couple, just doing a little too much there. Here's Monica.
She can play, by the way. If you have a little look at that little trick that she did there, just to skip past the challenge, and then it's just a touch that lets her down slightly, that's all. But she's almost getting the cross in.
That is a hurried clearance from Ada.
Poor.
Shamshanaha. And now Krishna. Lovely work from her. Shamshanaha. Little pullback there. This is where play has been concentrated. And they'll be very happy with this, the Bangladesh bench, as will Ghulam Choton. And I think this might well be it. She's got to be stretching off for a while, Fatima.
There's no subs warming up though. That's the interesting and intriguing thing. I just wonder if that's a dead leg or whether she's got a little strain or a pull there, because she couldn't sprint a few moments ago. There's once or twice she's gone down with a bang. Well, the assistant coach coming out now on the UAE bench to have a little chat.
I think, is that basically to say it's time we look at her? Because she has also been struggling, not just with the fitness, but the players are getting past her far too easily.
They are now, yeah. They're just skipping past and the pace is there.
Okay, I think she is looking now. Doesn't seem to be too much enthusiasm at the moment to be that player, to be wanting to call on Paul. A little bit of reluctance at the moment to get into the fray.
I don't believe what I've just seen. Shez, honestly. You, me, I mean, this is the national team. You want to be desperate to get on the field of play.
To get a chance to say, yeah, I'll do it.
Represent your country. I'd have been up in a shot there. I'd have been sprinting up and down, going, get me on now.
Yeah. Well, for the moment, they are struggling down to 10 men here, 10 players rather. Oh, wonderful work, Krishna. She was trying to go all the way, but could she have squared it?
That's a penalty. You watch the replay. She gets taken out, but does ever so well to stay on her feet there. That is a penalty. Watch. She skips past one, breaks into the box. Watch what happens here now. Bang, there's contact on her back foot. She stayed and tried to stay on her feet. Credit to her for that. There's the contact. She's tried to take her out. That's a nailed-on penalty.
Paul, as she gets older, she'll learn. You'll have to go down. That's what you have to do. Unfortunately, well, that's basically what it is, isn't it?
No, but it tells you how honest a player she is, yeah, and how big her heart is. And I'm being serious. It just says that the desire, the passion to get to that ball, the commitment is there. That is the difference between these two teams. Bangladesh want to play. UAE.
Oh, that's a delightful ball. Sorry, Pullman. In a good position here. Ball needs to be squared, and it's just held on a little too long there by Shopner, because look where Krishna was. Over the top, a little flat from the keeper. It's still alive here, Shamshanaha. Goal number 3, you feel, it's not far away. It's a searching ball. Oh, and it's at the far post. Moshimi doesn't quite get the connection she wanted, but some great play there from Bangladesh. But Paul, should that ball have been crossed earlier by Krishna?
Possibly, but this ball here is delightful into the far post. What do we say about closing the back door? Moshimi is just about a quarter of a yard away from getting that in the back of the net. Gets something there, but it's just not enough.
What an outstanding goal that would have been, and just desserts for this impressive Bangladesh side.
What is that? I mean, there's only been one side in it this first 45, if we're being honest. I don't think, when we have a look at the stats a bit later on, UAE have had a shot on or off target.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Rupna has been a passenger, really. She's only because she's a sweeper keeper, she got involved in the action.
I think she had 3 touches of the ball. That's it, and it's been passes to be involved in play.
Correct.
And again, that's good play from Bangladesh and from the coach and from the coaching staff, because it keeps the goalkeeper involved. So they're always keeping active. They don't fall asleep. They don't turn themselves off. They're always involved in the game.
There's the man that we were talking about, Paul Smalley, part of the coaching staff. We had a very good chat to just get an idea of where this team is at. And he was, I think, quietly proud of these girls and what they've achieved.
I'm very surprised, because I tell you, they're not a bad team at all.
Lovely ball slipped through here, Sajida. And it's Fatima who's come across. She's throwing everything on the line here. And you can see that the coach wants a little bit more.
That's going to be tough at half-time for the UAE, particularly the girls in the dressing room. Going to be easy for the manager and the coach.
Remember, they scored off a corner on that side earlier. They're trying to play themselves out of here. Everyone inside this half, and speculative at best, and the keeper as well, Aya, doesn't gather cleanly, and that could have been disastrous.
Aki again from range now, showing that he can strike a good ball as well.
There's Aki. Samshanaha, first quick touch there, that was important. Krishna finds Swapna. Monica bobbling around the ball. Ada gets it away, only as far as Maria. Nargis. Oh, there's a nice little turn here from Krishna, but in the end, Fatima Al-Nubi was in the way.
I'm sorry, but what about that ball just a moment ago from Monica? Almost threaded through the eye of a needle. Absolute great vision to try and pick that pass out. I tell you, that's gone missing. No one saw that except you and me, because you're nodding your head and you know it now. But what a
delightful play, really support. Flag has gone up, but she's pointing out here, Krishna, I'm not offside. 4 offsides. We had, I think, 2 or 3 very early on, Paul.
I'm going that wasn't offside. I don't think that was offside. I may be proved wrong.
It's often when a player protests that much, they know their line, don't they?
You could just see the line from the cameras as well. It looked as though she was a good 2-3 yards on the side. That just tells you who's been in control of this game and pushing forwards the most. Bangladesh with the 4 offsides now, compared with none.
Now trying to come forward here. This is Alamud.
So you have mentioned somebody else in the attacking half.
It doesn't last for long.
It's only taken 43 minutes as well.
That's something they really need to look at later on.
That's the first mistake Aki's made.
Absolutely right. She's been flawless up till then. They're finding their passes. Look at her playing off the last player, and the keeper just hesitates once again, and this is why it allows players like Shopna, Sajida and Krishna to steam forward.
Why did Shopna check a run though? If she'd have gone early then, she'd have got on the end of that ball.
Yep. Just wonder whether she might have hesitated because of offside, but she wasn't. Shopna.
She has been a battering ram, hasn't she? She's been brilliant. She's worked the line incredibly well. She's strong, she's powerful, she holds players off, she goes past players as well.
Done very well here, Samshanaha. Looking to play the ball across, and Fatima throws herself in the way. don't know whether she was leading with a hand, but she was looking to get any appendage in front of that ball. And she's a diminutive player, Paul, but she's really thrown herself around.
Massively. I mean, she's done ever so well here. Samshinaha, there you go. Anything to just get in the way and stop that ball going across the box.
Plenty of dignitaries from the UAE in attendance. Samshinaha. Good work again from Shuli. Sarah there. It's a lonely, lonely job for her tonight.
Now Maria, call it the Forrest Gump role, don't they, where you've just got to run around and go and chase down all the time.
Great work, Samshinaha again. And Fatima does what?
Again, I mean, she's interesting today. She might have actually touched the ball the most on the pitch, but it's been a defensive display from her. That's the thing.
A lot of last gasp challenges. 2 minutes at a time, but Paul, this has absolutely flown by, and it's been a pleasure, hasn't it, as the ball comes across into the box. Bolshemi. Still with the skipper.
No, it does. I mean, just saying, picking up what you're saying there, she said, you know when you commentate on a game, if it goes like this and you're at half-time already and you don't recognise the time, it's amazing. And this game has just flown by. It really, really has. It hasn't been dull. It hasn't been a dull moment.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. Oh, that just clips the crossbar. I think it was Aki who had a go. And that would have been an outstanding goal.
Let's have a look. There's a couple in an offside position, but it did just glance the bar. It is Aki that stepped forwards again. Did she see the keeper off the line and has gone for it? I think she has, you know. She's tried to lob her into the far corner there.
What an outstanding execution there. That would have been quite something, and a contender for goal of the tournament.
I tell you that this game has been won by Monica and Maria in the middle of the park. Nothing or hardly anything.
It's got past them, right?
Gone past them. Yeah, correct. You're absolutely right. Spot on. Their work rate has been phenomenal.
And to be fair, we were told, weren't we?
They really took the game to the UAE. UAE just couldn't handle the pace, or just couldn't handle the Bangladesh side when they went forwards. If we're going to be a bit critical of Bangladesh, they created good opportunities, but it's just that final pass or the final delivery or the final touch or shot on goal that's let them down, because quite clearly, I think you'd agree as well, they should really be more ahead. However, 2 goals is a nice little cushion going into the start of the second half.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Paul. It could be so many more, and UAE have struggled. Where for you, and I know there's probably a few ways you can answer, but where for you are they falling short?
Commitment, desire, passion, and it was epitomised by the kickoff. No one wanted to take the kickoff, and that sets a tone, because then it went out. Bangladesh just went forwards and won themselves. Well, they looked as though they won a corner, but the ball, no one wanted to go and get the ball from the UAE. So you've got to show that desire, you've got to show that passion and commitment, and that's the difference, the big difference between these two teams.
Yeah, well said, Paul, because I think we picked out a few instances of that where they have just lacked that commitment. I think the one player who's shown it as that ball goes out of play has been the player who struggled perhaps with conditions, but Fatima has just thrown herself around as much as she can, but it cannot just be her.
No, but it is. It's almost like Leo Sayer, isn't it? It's a one-man band, because she's having to do everything, and she is literally doing everything.
Well, we weren't sure whether she would continue, but she is there, the number 8, Fatima.
It's amazing what 15 minutes does at half-time, and, you know, the magic sponge and a few words of encouragement from the coaching staff.
Well, they would have got the some version of the hairdry treatment, you'd have thought, Paul, because they needed a bit of a wake-up call, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They certainly did. I tell you what, we were fortunate enough as well to see that goal from a different angle, the second goal, and it was Krishna's goal, the header. I think we better clarify that one. We said that we would.
Yeah, absolutely right. Krishna has got the goal.
Moshimi just didn't get a touch on it, and maybe that's why the goal was allowed to stand, because she didn't touch it, because it did look like she was in an offside position.
Yeah, that would have been otherwise obviously interfering. And it's Bangladesh here with Monica across to Maria. Once again, they win the ball back rather too easily. Sanjida. Bolshemi, the skipper. Oh, it's fantastic work again. Sanjida, wonderful ball across the box. Needs a finishing touch. And it's straight down the throat of the keeper. The shot from Shamsunaha.
That would have been a stunning team goal. It really would. That first pass inside from Moshimi had all the pace on it, and then Sanjida did the business, got past the player and pulled it back, and pulls it back to the right area, the penalty spot. And there's that wide player again that we spoke about. They can shut the back door or they can attack, and that's exactly what Shamsunaha did. She attacked the ball, but again, it's like we said just at the start of the second half, it's that final touch, that final bit of desire to get the ball into the back of the net. It's just letting Bangladesh down at the moment.
They're doing everything else so well, aren't they? And it's that scoring touch at the moment. And it's been released here. Shopner with a great chance. Oh, she could have squared it. She could have gone around the keeper, any other side of her, and that's got to be a goal.
You've just nearly fallen off your chair then, Shazad. That was what an opportunity. Brilliant play again. Krishna battling away, and Shopner gets in behind. Time, composure, and again, that final finishing touch, just letting Bangladesh down.
Yeah, you just called it, didn't you, about the lack of the finishing touch. And, well, Shopner could have had a hat-trick by now.
Could have had more.
Absolutely. Here's Krishna. And Shamsunaha. Put the ball into the box. Comes off Ada. And this is pretty much, Paul, exactly where we were at the end of the first half. Sarah on her own. And she comes up against the wall. That is Aki, but that could have been a close call.
I'll tell you what, she almost nipped away there. Nearly did a little nutmegs on Aki, but that was well read from the defender.
She has been impressive, Sanjida. And it's Fatima who has gone down, and that was who we were wondering would continue. She's going to get some treatment here.
I think there was a chat at half-time, a discussion, which was, can you just give it the first 5 minutes of the second half? But this time, rather than the left thigh, it's the right calf that she's gone down.
Yeah.
So maybe a touch of cramp. I mean, she has worked incredibly hard, to be fair, and you do feel for her to an extent.
Just from what we've seen from her commitment so far, I think she won't want to go off too easily. She is certainly wincing.
There you go, just the one hand from Sanjida.
So for now, it is 10 players for the UAE. And they want to get her either patched up or think about a substitution very, very quickly, because they are barely coping with 11 at the moment, the UAE.
She was playing like 10 players, wasn't she?
Now, a rare moment in the final third for the UAE. And there's Rawan, but again, given away. Aki. Pressure on. Oh, and it was so close there for Shopner. But you've got to say, pretty decent in the end. Had to keep her cool, Najla.
told you, she's quick. She's very quick. And again, it's Aki doing the business by winning the ball. But what's impressed me about her is that when she gets into that position, she looks to tuck it, and she has the ability to lift it into an area that causes problems. And it means that the UAE are always facing their own goal.
They are chasing what look to be lost causes, Paul, and more often than not, getting there. And you were talking about the UAE, what they were lacking, determination. Bangladesh have got that in abundance.
Yeah, they have, and they just look like they've got the bit between their teeth, don't they? Was this a foul? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's shoulder to shoulder. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. A little bit of shoulder to shoulder. We don't see that very often.
True, and I think they need to do a little bit more of that, UAE as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you.
Natsula with the goal kick that comes straight back at them. Now Rawan trying to look for Sarah. Aki goes back to Rukna. Across from Monica to Maria. Just didn't find the range there, that pass. Ooh, Sarah here could put a bit of pressure on Aki. Rupna will clear. Cool as ice from Sajida.
I tell you, she's only 16, Aki. She's going to go and play for the national team for the next 15 years. I'll put money on it, because she reads the game incredibly well. She got across the attacker there to block the run out going to the goalkeeper. Cool, calm, composed, and she can strike a ball as well.
Yeah, she has been very impressive in the lead, and Golub Choton will be delighted with that. Now, we're going to have a change here, one we thought might happen earlier. And Fatima Lubi makes way for Fatima Hosani. And I think the UAE have lost the key player here. She's been excellent. She's had some last-ditch tackles to prevent some goals. But we are seeing a little bit more from the UAE in that final third, a little bit more. Has been a marginal improvement in that department. Moshimi now to Aki, looks up, decides to go to Nargis. Shamsunaha comes back to help out. She's got Monica in front of her. You can see the idea that Monica had there. Well, will some of these players get a bit of a chance? There she is, Fatima. Worked hard, very, very hard. Now Moshmi. One-touch stuff from Bangladesh. Look at that pace being shown by Sanjida, and Ada has no choice but to put that out of play. She had a bit of a torrid time in that first half, having to deal with Moshmi. That comes off Ada. That will be a corner. I think that's the first one we've had in this second half. Bangladesh were having corners aplenty in the first. Opportunity here, and this is in front of a lot of the crowd at the near post. Away by Rawan, or try to Sanjida. And in the end, oh, that's a mistake from the keeper. It's still alive here, but was that offside? And she just seems unsure of herself, Aya. A little too casual there, and it could have been a costly mistake for UAE.
Well, it could prove that way. Ball just clipped back in. Off the knee, total lapse of concentration there. Lucky to get away with that.
Play continues. Here's Shopner. Oh, it's a great reverse pass. Bolshevik couldn't quite get that control of it. Wonderful vision there from Shopner. Monica rides out the challenge. Out across to Shamsunaha. She's done well here, Shamsunaha. Just loses her footing. Sarah, as always, having to come back to help out. Shuli. There are our broadcast partners, by the way, at the bottom of your screen. Good to have you, all of them, join us. And all of you around the world watching this Bangamata Under-19 Women's International Gold Cup. Across, and it's got to be needed Sanjita there. She was waiting in a great position, Paul, to put the finishing touch.
But Krishna even pointed to where she wanted her to go, and she was going there, but she couldn't deliver that final pass. Yet again, Bangladesh get in behind this UAE defence and just let themselves down a slight little bit, that's all. It's only slightly.
Not far away, are they, from another goal, you feel? It's a speculative ball, isn't it, to Sarah? She's had to feed on scraps, really.
I'm surprised if she doesn't go down with cramp, the amount of running she's had to do up there.
Oh, another wonderful ball out to Krishna. And it will lead to a corner. Fatima defending that one, but it's another great ball over the top.
Lovely ball threaded through. Just had a look up, there wasn't too many people in the box, so Krishna has enough intelligence about it to just try and nick it past the defender to go and get the cross in.
Needs a touch on the wrong side of the post.
Was it a hand? That's the question. That's the one I'm going to ask. Because at the near post there, it certainly looked as though it hit a hand. Good work again. Monica puts it in.
We'll have another look, I'm sure, in just a short while. The ball comes in. And again, a mistake from the keeper. The flag has gone up, but Aki, she's probably very happy that the flag, a little smile on her face. She knows she just escaped a bit of embarrassment.
Thank God, that's what she's just said there. Oh, I'm so glad the flag went up. You never normally are, but she is on that occasion. Again, to be fair, that's actually a little bit lazy. Yeah. And again, Aki is a defender, by the way, so, you know, so maybe a little bit... Oh, there's the goal I can score here, rather than just coming out with the defence as they squeeze up and then going and attacking the ball. Just gets caught ball watching.
It's another poor goal kick. UAE have got away with it this time. Aki back to Rupna.
I still wonder if that was a penalty, Shez, because when that ball was going goal-bound, there was a UAE player on the line, and I'm sure from our vantage point that hit the arm.
Well, I'm sure these guys are enjoying, some of the members of the BFF certainly enjoying themselves. And that's because their country at the moment playing some excellent football and leading this game 2-0.
You can see how that experience of playing at the senior level in the SAF Cup has done these girls the world of good. They're confident, they're comfortable, and there's a passion and desire about them. There really is. If you watch them, you just have to watch. I know I said it in the first half, Shazad, I must sound like a broken record. Watch the way they pass the ball to each other. It's not a little tippy-tappy, it's bang. You deal with it, and that's what you need when you get to the top levels. You give the other person, when you're playing the ball to them, the problem of having to deal with the ball. It's always going to get there. That's the big thing.
Yeah, certainly playing some very, very attractive football at the moment. Very easy on the eye, and that is, I'm sure, one of the most pleasing things about today is how well they're putting these passes together, how well they're working as a team. And I think the only thing, if we're being critical, as Paul has mentioned a couple of times now, is the lack of goals. It could be a few more up right now, and I think we've got some of the Mongolia side as well.
Yep, that
watching on.
That looked as though it was. Again, we'll be able to gauge how everything is in another couple of days once we've seen all the teams participate and play. Then we'll get a gauge on how good this Bangladesh side really is.
Well, somehow she managed to get through all of that, Moushmi. Crowd of players in front of her. They are slightly more combative now at the UAE, and that's a great ball through Sarah Zeba. Look at where Rupna comes racing off her line. And that is what she's in there for.
Play a high line. If that ball goes over the top, you've got your sweeper keeper to just come and deal with it, and that's exactly what Rupna does. No nonsense there, was that? I think if anything had been in the way of that, it would have quickly got out the way of it.
But it was a nice ball as well. We've got to give credit there to Rawan. She's looked up a couple of times for those kind of balls to play through for Sarah.
Well, Nargis got caught sleeping there. She got caught out of position. She should have been tucked in a little bit more. The play was down the right-hand side. Players were pushed in. So you've got to cover. If you're in that three, you have to make sure that you're solid at the back. And that, Sarah had a free run towards the ball there, and that's never a good thing.
Just a little moments for the UAE at the moment. Oh, again, Monica and Maria combining well. Look at that now. Krishna racing through Swapna, and that's better. That's what you need to see from Aya, more of.
Just a little bit too far in front on that occasion when it was played forwards. Good play though, yet again, using the flanks extremely well. What a great header that was, by the way.
Just seemed to have tightened up a little bit, just a little bit. That was needed to be better from Fatima. Oh, that's just so good to watch. Shamsanaha, great skill from her. Wonderful work, and this time she doesn't quite get the better of Fatima. But that just shows you the confidence with which they're playing at the moment. The question is, how far will this go? And it only goes as far as Sanjida. And this is where they have struggled, really have. Sanjida, brilliant from her again. She gets the cross in. Player of the match for you so far, Sanjida?
She's worked incredibly hard. I think she's in there with a shout. I like the way that Shopner's gone about her business as well. And I also like Aki. One mistake so far in the whole game, and that came just 1 minute before half-time where she gave the ball away. And so, you know, you can be forgiven for that. I think she's been absolutely outstanding, but in the middle of the park, Monica and Maria have been fantastic as well. It's been, to be fair, it'd be very difficult to pick out a man of the match in today's game because Bangladesh, every single player has been on it.
Yeah, I agree. Very impressive. Here's Shuli. And Moushmi plays that into that central area. Sanjida doesn't quite control it. Foul by Moushmi. And I don't know, look at that. That just tells you the story, doesn't it? Over 70% possession from Bangladesh.
They've kept it well. They have kept it well. They've looked very, very good.
And with the games coming thick and fast, Paul, you're very comfortable. Would you advocate now thinking of making a couple changes now with about 66 minutes on the clock?
I mean, it's something that you could do and something that you could look into, but Bangladesh don't play for another 4 days.
Yeah,
so
fair enough. There's enough time.
Yeah, maybe you just keep that one all going, because then, you know, once you've finished that last game, you've got another 3 days off. or yeah, you get another minimum 3 days off.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad.
And you're also with this win under your belt. You were saying opening game, you have to get a win. You know now you've got pretty much got a way into the semis, haven't you?
Yeah, you're basically through. But that's why goals could come back to haunt Bangladesh, because if the UAE, just say for instance, were to beat Kyrgyzstan and Kyrgyzstan were to beat Bangladesh, all of a sudden everybody's on 3 points. It comes down to the number of goals that you've scored. It comes down to, you know, that's what it is. You could go out because you should have scored 5-6 goals here, and you haven't. So you're always on edge.
There's something just to keep in mind there. You want to get a couple more goals at least, Bangladesh. To be honest, they're looking good for that, where they're playing. Just the finishing that we're talking about. Shuli out to Mushmi. Sanjida, that's a nice little touch on, and Shobna bearing down on goal, but this time the defenders are better, coming across her. That's a little bit more like it from the UAE. Shobna tried the old nutmeg. Well, they'll be pleased with this so far, these kids. They'll have enjoyed this. And it's been a festive occasion for all concerned. And the UAE will feel, as much as they've been outplayed for most of this game, as long as it's 2-0, they are still in with a shout. But they've got to improve exponentially to get anything out of this.
They won't get anything from this game. I'm telling you now, they've got no chance. They're going to have to look forward to the next game against Kyrgyzstan. For me, that's the big thing. There's going to be tired legs, there's going to be tired limbs. They play in 2 days' time. So that could really take its toll on this UAE side as well.
Yeah, I think it can also be played off the park here. He's got to have, that is a wonderful ball, threaded through, such a great ball. Monica, now Maria. Fantastic ball played in. And it's Shobna, just failed to control it, and the header is wide. But that will go down as another opportunity ball when you look back at the replay. Again, it's the finishing.
Unbelievable, isn't it? More chances, more opportunities. Just being clinical in that final third, and particularly in the box, is what's let them down. Maybe a couple of changes which will be made now may just give them a spark.
Well, one of the key players we've said for Bangladesh, Musa Hassan, by the way, is off Real Saad for the UAE. And for Bangladesh, the player that's really impressed us, Sanjida, is being replaced by Marzia.
I think that could just be to what's been happening in the final third. I really do. They've got to sacrifice somebody. They've got to try and make something happen. They need to add to this goal tally, because the dominance of possession just tells you all that you need to know. So make that change, see if it clicks.
Here is Monica. Shamsunaha, Krishna in front of her. All right, Marzia has gone on to that left-hand side. Maria. Oh, lovely skills there. Good ball across. Oh, it was a gaping goal, and Krishna has missed it. It's still alive here, and they could get something out of this passage of play. There's shot after shot from the Bangladeshis. They're lining up at the moment, and the crowd is loving it. They're really loving it. But it's got to be 3-0 now, Paul.
I think the crowd would love it even more if the ball hit the back of the nets. Again, dominance personified from Bangladesh. Opportunity and chance after chance after chance. Just can't finish it off, though.
It was an open goal, wasn't it? And Krishna just couldn't get it in. But right now, UAE have got to think about these balls flying into the area. They're attacking at will, Bangladesh. And I think the change has just added some impetus here. The new player on, Marzia. Well, let's have another look at that opportunity.
There it is, floated in. It's a free header and got it completely wrong on that occasion. What a chance that was for Krishna. Lovely footwork as well, but there you go. I mean, it doesn't get closer than that, does it?
You're on the line, any kind of contact, and that is goal number 3. 18 minutes left here. 24 shots to 1. I've got to be honest with you, I can't even recall that one shot from the UAE.
No, neither can I. I think it might have been a back pass.
Rupna has to come out sharpish, and she does. She does well. The crowd appreciate that. And again, that's measured, very measured from Monica. Quickly gets a bit of water.
Good tackle. Great challenge in the middle of the park there.
Shamsunaha, she's just surging forward. Here's Marzia. Needs a good ball across now. There's plenty of players. She's gone for goal herself, and it's scrambled away. Anywhere will do for Salam. But she's been bright since her introduction ball.
Good save. Take nothing away from that, but you can see Marzia trying to make the difference. Was she offside? It was a close decision. You thought if she rolled in just a fraction earlier, it would have been a simple tap in for Shopna. But when you've just come on, your side's leading 2-0, you want to go for glory. Good save from Aya Walid.
Danger not over yet for Bangladesh. It's a surging ball in! Oh, it's another header, but it's offside.
Just as well, the flag did go up there from our commentary position. Wonderful ball whipped in.
So a lot of them offside, isn't there?
But again, it's lazy, and Aki's guilty of it on that occasion. Moshami as well, right in that offside, playing right on the line. I think they've given the goal kick because it was gone out of play anyway, and that's where they were offside, so it didn't really matter.
Again, that comes right back at Bangladesh, at UAE rather. Here's Krishna, now Swapna. She finds Moshami. Done well here, then Skipper. Back to Shuli. They just can't clear their lines, the UAE. And that's a speculative attempt in the end from Shamsunaha.
She had the option with Marzia just outside that would have been, you can see there exactly what Paul Small is saying, get the ball wide. You can see just that green shirt peeling off to the wide area. Wasted opportunity there.
18 shots on target out of the just over 21 or 22 that we saw. And
well, there's one more there, so yeah.
I mean, that's an incredible rate on target. And that would also be something, look, Paul, you've only scored 2 out of 18 attempts on goal. On target.
On target,
yeah.
I know, that percentage is terrible. I must be honest, it's a shocking percentage. You normally score 1 in 6, 1 in 7 at top, so...
Teams dream of having 80 shots on target.
In a season. Never mind in one game.
That's still got about 15 minutes left to play.
No, I mean, maybe we're doing them a slight disservice, but we just said that what's let them down today is the final touch in the final third. So, and the stats back that up.
Absolutely right.
At least they got that second goal, which was that little cushion.
Yeah, we were talking about when they would get that second, and not long after they did. And that's, again, good work from Monica. Breaks up play. UAE were trying to surge forward. Shuli. Here's Moshami. That's good work from Shad. Looking for Sarah. Aki was in the way. Ball almost going all the way through. And again, great work now. Yes, Marzia, there's a good position. Oh, and that ball was crying out to be passed across to Krishna.
Decision making, final third, final touch. Another opportunity. Mazia comes on, should have delivered a little bit earlier, could have whipped it into the far post where Krishna was all on her own. Simple tapping, thank you very much. What a chance. That was interesting. Some of the under 14 girls here watching as well.
Sara is not going to get the better of Aki. That much we have seen tonight. Now Moshimi has given the ball away to Shad. Shad's been impressive in the second half.
Yeah, she has, but that was a sloppy pass on that occasion from Moshimi. Do well to win it back. Who wins it back again? Monica.
There was an important intervention there from Fatima. Shamshinaha. And now Maria. Monica looking for Moshimi. Shad, excellent work from her. But there's nowhere to go, really.
She's trapped all the way back there, though, and put the challenge in. And she's struggling. She's struggling. I wouldn't be surprised if we see her come off in a minute or two, because you don't want to pick up fouls, and you don't want to pick up injuries throughout a tournament, because it could come back to haunt you a little bit later on. Just having a little bit of a limp there, so may see a change in the next few moments. No, don't say it, don't say it.
Yeah, the crowd's coming in. They've enjoyed this so far.
I'll tell you what, it's grown as well. You said that they're all pouring in. Brilliant.
Now, a rare opportunity here for the UAE. Compile some numbers in here. And they get a goal here, Paul. It will get very interesting. We'll have a bit of a grandstand finish in the last 10 minutes. They've gone for goal, and, well, you were talking about decision-making at the other end. What about that one?
Again, you can just see that there's no real leg power in the UAE team. So she's right out on the wing there, and she's trying to bend it into the box, and it's never going to get there. I mean, it bounced before it went out of play. So again, you've got to know your limits. You've got to know what you can and can't do. That, for me, was the wrong decision. Oh, she's got her legs back.
Wonderful work from Monica. Oh, here's Marzia. Reinvigorated this Bangladesh side. Marzia. Shamshinaha skips past one. Needs to get the cross in. Fires that across to Moshimi. Wow. You said broken record earlier, Paul. I'm trying to find another way of saying poor finishing.
Well, a change is being made to try and put amends to that, because it's definitely Sajida that's coming on, and it is going to be Shopnat that goes off. I thought that she played ever so well. I think we haven't seen as much as we should have done over the last 10-15 minutes from her, which is why the change has come. It'll be interesting to see if Sajida can stick one in the back of the net, because that's what Bangladesh would like. They'd love to get a third in this game, because if not, the UAE will take so much heart from this going into the next game, because they've kept it 0-0 the second 45 minutes.
Absolutely.
Even though they've been battered, even though they've been overrun, a 0-0 in the second half for them, they'll be happy with that.
That's a very good point, actually, that they can take heart from that draw in the second half. Though Bangladesh, I think, ultimately be very disappointed if they cannot get at least one more. Moshimi with a quick pass. Oh, she's done well to win it back. Very, very well, Moshimi. Combative, perseverance. Here's Krishna. Is she going to go for herself? Yes, she does. Good bit of defending there. It's bounces over the keeper. Now can they finish it off here? Oh, they're getting in each other's way. The two players there. Sajida, you said maybe a point to make, trying to get a goal.
What a chance. It's another chance. It goes down as another missed opportunity. Great ball clip back in, by the way, from Nargis. The keeper gets it all wrong. I thought cheeky back heel there. And all of a sudden, the next thing you know, Krishna comes straight through the back of Sajida. Opportunity gone. What a chance that was.
Maria, what a game she has had. Replaced by Ratna. He enjoyed that, Paul Smalling. How's that been kept out? There's a little foul there in the process.
Can you tell me where it was? No, I'm not being funny. I don't think there's a foul there. There's no foul whatsoever. I mean, it's just the normal hustle and bustle in the box. You have a look defensively, it's poor because the ball's just been headed straight up in the air. Where's the foul? Where's the foul? There's no touch.
There was no contact, was there?
And Aya Walid is very lucky because watch, she just pushed it into the back of her own net.
And we did say Paul might have a little rant about goalkeepers being overprotected, and true enough, it happened, Paul.
I know. You're a psychic, I think that's it. You've been waiting for that, haven't you?
I have, but in that instance, you were absolutely right. I didn't see any contact whatsoever. That's got to be a goal.
The keeper's trying to come through the player. So it's not the other way around. The player's not flying into the keeper.
Exactly.
So the goalkeeper makes a mistake. So then all of a sudden, she pushes it. It bounces off the floor. She can't catch it. Goes in the back of the net. Why should the attacking team be punished for that? It shouldn't, in my opinion.
I agree. And she just flapped at the ball. Play it down now for the UAE, and I tell you what, it's probably just as well they need to regroup because Bangladesh have come at UAE really hard here. And just Majia there colliding with Salama.
Sajida just catching up. Not really too much in that, but just two players committed going for the ball. Well, they're calling for the stretcher. It didn't look that bad, and she looks as though she's holding her ribs. So again, it's just the follow-through action that's caught her. Can be quite painful.
They have got a couple more subs to use if they want, UAE.
Hold the hamstring there. Just trying to guess what's wrong. Brilliant, as you can see. UNICEF, who are the development partner of this tournament, in full force, managing to kit the kids out, Shazad, which is obviously brilliant that we've got so many youngsters here to watch these young women play.
Do you know the great thing, Paul, is this is day one of this tournament. The Bangladesh under-19s, I think we were talking to the coaching staff earlier that they're an unknown quantity, aren't they? Women's football is still, of course, still looking to gain more traction. This is now broadcast all over the country and around the world. People are watching this now. They're going to be impressed with this. They're going to come in numbers now, aren't they?
Let's hope so. Let's hope the next home game that they have in 4 days' time, that we have double the number, that they win that. Then when it comes to the semis, we get double the number. Then when it comes to the final, if they can go all the way, then we've got a packed house, because at the end of the day, footballers are entertainers. Men, women, whether you're from Mars, it doesn't matter. You're here to entertain the people. That's what you do as a professional football player, and that's what these young ladies are out there, because they're in camp, they're all together the whole time, and they're playing as a professional team, and they want to perform in front of the crowds, because football, no matter what anybody says, is all about the fans.
Yep, and they've been treated today to something quite special.
We have as well.
Absolutely, we've really enjoyed it, and you know what? I mean, it's not just the win; it's the manner of the win today which has impressed most.
Absolutely spot on. I'm just a little bit disappointed that we haven't seen more goals, and I think I'm fair in saying that, because they've had so many chances. It's untrue.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a game with
472 chances and like 80% of them were on target, and they've only scored 2 goals. No, I mean, I'm obviously doing that tongue-in-cheek, and you know, but they have had opportunities, and it'll be something they'll work on before the next game. They'll be working on finishing.
Yeah, I think that in the final analysis, that will be something they have to talk about. And again, Aya, her handling today has left a lot to be desired, Paul. Has she caught many cleanly, I think?
No, again, it's just concentration levels. That's what it is.
Just led to a corner.
Yeah, it's mistake after mistake, and they haven't helped themselves, to be fair, the UAE, as they make another change. Zabi will be the young lady that comes on.
Yeah, Alia to replace Salama, who went off injured there. That's a little bit better. She's just glad to hold on to that one.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. That'll do her confidence the world of good. It's only a couple of minutes left though now, so...
Bangladesh get that all-important third, and a chance here, going away from goal though. Krishna.
Touch just let her down, just a little bit too far out of her feet.
I think from a, like you mentioned, the psychological point of view, Hudia Tahiri can just grab onto that. If they can hold on here from 0-0 in the second half, Bangladesh, just a little cherry on top if they can get that third goal.
Listen, that's what football's about. You've got to go for small goals initially. You know, you keep things tight the first 15 minutes. If you nick one, you know, all good and well. You can't win a game of football in the first 45 minutes, but you can lose a game of football in the first 45 minutes. There is a big, big difference. So when you're 2-0 down at half-time, you've got to go, OK, the first 15 minutes we keep it tight. Yes, we're hanging on. Can we do it for another 15? Can we get through this half? And then confidence can come back into the team. Because the coach will be saying to them afterwards, look at our performance. Yes, we were second best, but we battled and we showed character, which was lacking in the first 45 minutes from this UAE side.
Yeah, you were very keen on pointing that out, that it was that lack of determination, character. They've shown a little bit more of that in the second half, Paul. Not much more, but at least it's been a discernible difference from what we saw in the first half.
They've shown about 10 times more heart and more desire this second 45 minutes than they did in the first.
And we worried for them because their most dedicated player, Fatima, went off pretty early.
Yeah, injured as well, so hopefully a little bit of a rest, and she'll be back in a couple of days.
Oh, that's actually not a bad ball from Shad. Oh. And little nervy moment there. But again, very good defending. Shuli does well.
What was Robna doing there? I tell you what, Shuli got her mate right out of jail there, by the way, because that is the best chance the UAE have had.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It was a great chance. So we are into added time very shortly here. Let's see what has been decided.
Again?
How's that gone?
I mean, I know we've done many games in the past, Shazad, haven't we? And, you know, throughout Asia. I mean, let's be honest and fair about that. And some games have really, really dragged on and seem like they've been 2-hour halves. This has just gone in the blink of an eye. It really, really has. The full 90 minutes is over. We're into stoppage time. There's only been 2 goals, but boy, oh boy, we have had some entertaining football today.
We have, and you could watch Bangladesh for a lot longer than that. 3 minutes of added time, just the way they have approached this today. And the question is, can they sustain it throughout this campaign? They might have it harder against Kyrgyzstan next on the 26th.
Well, there are 4 other teams that are turning around and going, well, we'll show you guys. Tajikistan, Mongolia and Laos, of course, are all in Group A. So they're going to want to show us their wares tomorrow. And don't forget, as you mentioned, we've still got to see Tajikistan. Once we've seen all 6 teams, we'll be able to comment properly.
Yeah, looking forward to all those other games happening. Here's on that right-hand side, or left-hand side rather. Marzia, very impressive. giving the coach something to think about.
Do you know they deserve another goal, Bangladesh?
Absolutely. Maybe they will get it here. That's a tackle put in on Moshami by Rawan. And they have a corner. This could be their last opportunity.
She looks happy, doesn't she, as though if they can keep this out and not concede, I think, as we mentioned, they'll be able to take positives from that. Here we go.
They've gone short. Last chance here. Oh, that was a well-worked little move there, and Mazia couldn't keep that down.
What have we said all game long, Shazad? Final touch in the final third. And I know I harp on about it, but it is the most critical thing in football, the ability to put the ball in the back of the net when you need to. And with the number of chances and opportunities they've had, that's the one thing that will disappoint Bangladesh today. I really do think that they'll come out of this, they will have their heads held high. It's been a magnificent performance, but I tell you, deep down, I know what they're like, the coaches, and I'm sure Paul Smalley will be speaking there with everybody else and just saying, listen, we need to score more goals here. If we play like this, we have to punish teams. So that's the one little thing that has let Bangladesh down.
Now, shots on target, it is 22 on target. That's an incredible amount.
You don't get that in a game, 22 shots. Very, very rarely. But to have 22 on target is unbelievable.
Final chance here. And they needed to pull the trigger. We've had the 3 minutes. The referee is allowing a little bit more time. They put that in the mix.
Great ball.
Now, they've got it away, Rawan. They are showing a little bit more gumption around the punch. And it's, did it come off the keeper? Aya? No. And it goes to the side netting, and that should be it. Krishna picks herself up knowing that she could have added to her tally today.
Why did the referee just go over and see it? There was no need to. Get up, come on. Going to blow the whistle for full time now.
Yep, it's almost 4 minutes now they've had ball. And that is it. Well, it is about one of the most one-sided games of football you'll ever see, but incredibly, UAE haven't conceded in the second half.
No, they haven't, and that is incredible. When we just saw the stat that said 22 shots on target, that doesn't equate for the goals or the shots that they've had off target as well. It's been a great, magnificent performance. It's a wonderful start to this Bangamata Under-19 Women's International Gold Cup for Bangladesh, and they've got to wait 4 more days before we see them again.
So the hosts defeat the UAE by 2-0 in the opening match of the Bangamata Under-19 Women's International Gold Cup 2019. And that gets Group B off to a fantastic start. Let's remind you of the story of this game that started with a real bang as the two teams now just wrap things up here. It has been absolutely superb from the host nation. The only criticism, as we said, is that they haven't been able to add to that tally. But they will take a lot of heart from this in their first ever International Women's Under-19 home tournament.
Yeah, they will. And there you go. As you see, 33 shots, but only 66% on target. That's massive. Let me tell you, only 66%. It's unbelievable.
That's huge.
20 corners. Tells you all you need to know. But
Paul, they've dominated every single stat on that left-hand side, except on the one that matters most. This should be 6-7-8-0.
it should be 12-15.